A lot of people are calling now and emailing and texting me and asking, so what do you think of President Obama's nomination of New York Second Court of Appeals Judge Sonia Sotomayor to the Supreme Court? Well, what's surprising is how little we know about her. We're doing the research now. I've put a little bit up on my blog. I hope you'll read it because I'm going to be adding a lot to it. I'm beginning to hear from people who know of Judge Sotomayor and her judicial record. We have some interesting facts about her life, and there are a few hopeful signs there. But of course, when it comes to the sanctity of life, the sanctity of marriage and the family, there's a lot to look at there. We would expect that, of course, President Obama, sadly, has taken an ardently pro-choice view, and that means he's probably looking for a nominee that reflects his opinions on that. And that would be sad if true. We're looking, examining all of her records that were left from the various cases she has heard, comments she has made, groups she is a part of. Now, one tiny little sliver of hope here is that Judge Sotomayor is either was or is a member of the board of an organization called Childbirth Connection. And it promotes pregnancy and healthy care for the child in the womb and the mother, a healthy birthing process, early child health, and for the mother and families. Very positive. We've asked our pro-life connections in New York about it. They say yes, very good organization, no complaints about it. So that's interesting because I think if she were going to be a real fiercely pro-abortion advocate or activist, she likely wouldn't sit on this kind of a board, but we're looking into it. We don't know yet. We have suspended judgment and decided we will start where we ought to start, and that is with prayer. We had a prayer service today in front of the United States Supreme Court. We prayed for Judge Sotomayor. We prayed for the president. Remember, this is a three-stage process, so we prayed for the Senate as well because the president makes the nomination. The Senate Judiciary Committee then does its investigation, does background research, then holds public hearings. Then they decide whether to report it out to the full Senate when all 100 senators will vote on the nomination. This is true of every Supreme Court judge, every federal judge, as a matter of fact. And of course, being who she is and who President Obama is, this is sure to get very close scrutiny. We will be reporting to you what we find out. I just called a longtime pastor friend of mine, Pastor David Hernquist, in the Bronx. His church is very near where Judge Sotomayor grew up and where her family lives. So he's asking now. He knows a lot of the politicians there. He knows the people who are active in political circles. He's asking them about her. We will report this to you as it becomes available. So please keep checking back, with regularity to our website so that you can pick this stuff up. It'll be on the front page. It'll sometimes be in my blog. Just look up at the top, Rob's blog. I'll give you as much information flow as I can give you. But today, we started where we all ought to start. Some of us think of prayer as the last resort. It is ever, always our first resort. The Bible commands us to pray for kings and for all those in authority. So we are praying for the president. We are praying for the nominee, Judge Sotomayor. We are praying for the United States Senate Judiciary Committee and the U.S. Senate itself, and we're praying for you, the American people, because we are just as much a part of the process. Remember, we are a government of the people, for the people, by the people. We are a part of this process. As we pray, as we read, as we pay attention, process this information about this little-known judge, we can then feed back to our U.S. senators and let them know how we feel. So get ready to contact your two state senators. Let them know how you feel. They should contemplate that, consider that in the decision that they will ultimately render whether to confirm this nominee or not. The president just doesn't get to name. There is a confirmation process. The Senate must consent to that nomination before the judge is seated. And this will be a process that will go on throughout the summer. If she is confirmed, she will take her seat on the Supreme Court in October. I hope to be one of the first to greet her there. So let's be in prayer. Let's be very diligent. Let's be very attentive. And keep checking back to our website and our blog. We'll give you the best information that we have. That's all for now. I'll be with you later.